Hey guys, how are you? Thank you so much for waiting. Um, my name is Jay Lover, and on this episode of Testimonies, Won't He Do It? We're going to hear a powerful statement, a powerful testimony from a good friend of mine, Robert. So stay tuned. I'm going to bring Robert into the chat. Thank you so much for waiting with us. Hello.
Hi, good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Robert, how are you?
Well, I'm fair to find with a few scattered showers as we see in Trinidad.
Right, of course, of course, of course. I wish it would actually rain here because it's so incredibly hot.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. I know it's mango season. I know I love my mango.
Yeah, don't we all, right? I've been eating mangoes daily.
Oh gosh, I'm coming by here.
Mm-hmm. Two trees, Julie and Starch, and they are in full bloom.
I know I love my Julie mango, my word and starch. Magnificent.
Yes, I love it. Let me, of course, let you look straight into camera and just introduce yourself to our audience, and then you and I can chop it up.
Sure, no problem.
Go ahead.
Hi, good afternoon, Trinidad and Tobago and the whole entire world who's looking on right now. My name is Robert D. Pilgrim from Central Shogunas, Lanch Park. And I have a testimony to give everybody. And I planned this testimony over 2 years and some months. Yeah. 2018.
Really?
Yeah. I didn't know how to reach, like how you're doing this now. I didn't know how to reach people.
Well, Well, that's so interesting because I don't think I'm like playing with my life. I'm sorry, but I don't think I really knew that.
Yeah, it's 2018. Yeah, I went through my time. Yeah.
Okay.
Ready? I needed this. Thank you so much, J Lover.
Well, we've been friends like a long time. Like Robert, like I've known you since I was like a teenager.
Now, you know,
Like
my sister was
right?
12 years old. 12 years old.
Of course, because one of my good friends who I went to school with um was your neighbor or your cousin or something, right? What's
Yeah,
Kellyanne?
yeah. Kelly is my neighbor. That's a few streets down the road from me. Yeah.
There you go. And I was by Kelly a whole lot.
Kelly
I was
and
by Kelly.
Charles. Yeah, that's like my little sister. You know, what I mean, I grew up with them.
Correct. So I would always see Robert and we would always hang out and talk and we've always really been good friends. But
Yeah,
a couple years ago, something really tragic happened.
yeah, man. Well, bye. Well, you almost started off one time. How it
I
happened?
mean, yeah, start from the top, from like, like when you first collapsed. Like,
All right, let me explain to what went on with me. Right. In 2018 is when that was after Carnival, right? But before that, I used to work for a telephone company, a popular telephone company, and I fell through a roof. Right. Listen to this. Listen to the story. Yeah? I fell through a roof, and I broke this wrist here. These two bones broke, and my ribs came out of place, and I couldn't breathe. And well, I had to go through the therapy and to the hospital to get back my wrist actually moving. And because of the work I was doing now was a technical work, not telephone work, they didn't put me back on the field. They put me to do light duty. So I
right.
only had to work a period of time to make up the amount of time that I was supposed to spend there. And they sent me home. And they sent me home and it was tragic. You know what I mean? You don't have no work, anything like that. So what happened, I partnered with a friend of mine who had a business, and he was telling me to be the marketing manager because he like how I speak and how I care about myself. So I said, okay. So that was in January. So February, Carnival now, 2018. I say, hey, let me go out and take a little last lap. You know, I love Carnival. You see, Carnival is something that brings out a lot of character in people. And I like to go out and see characters. I like to see characters. Because you see some friends thousands of years, I should say. Thousands of years. You know, you see your schoolmates, you go out and meet them for Carnival. So I started taking a little last lap. I go out there. So that was Carnival Tuesday, right? Now the Ash Wednesday, the Thursday now after Ash Wednesday, I went to Night Polls to go and do a promo of the products we were selling.
Hmm.
And when I went on thing, I came in, but I was feeling a little dizzy now. So I thinking it's probably, I pick up a little flu or something like that. I was feeling
Right,
a little dizzy.
right.
So this is Nipol's, Extra Foods Nipol's and Sugar in
Right.
Price match side, right? So now I
So,
going back into
so Robert, wait a minute. So you went out for carnival,
yeah,
right? You came back home
hmm,
and you
yeah,
were not feeling well.
yeah. No, I wasn't feeling so well, and I see probably is the Sahara dust or something. So Ash Wednesday, I was feeling a little kind of nauseous now, but I wasn't all that bad. But the
Hmm.
Thursday now, which is after Ash Wednesday, I went out now, and when I went out, I went to the, as I say, Extra Foods to do some business. Now here we go, and this can sound real crazy. Yeah? I go into the place, and I think it's probably I inject no water, so I drink some water. I come back in my car. When I came
Right.
back into my car, I felt dizzy, like I feel like my head was spinning, and I say I can't even drive. I ain't seen the wheels properly. It's blurry. So I was like, what's going on here? So I made some calls, and I called in one of my work colleagues, and I said, hey, I'm
Wow.
price mat. I'm sorry, price mat and extra foods. I need some assistance. I can't drive. She said, really? Okay, I'll call her back. She ended up calling somebody in extra foods. I named Natasha. I was a supervisor, a really nice lady, yeah, man. You know what she do? The lady came, knock on the glass, I get up. And I was like, I didn't know where I was. She came, she said, are you okay? I said, no, I'm not feeling well. So she ended up taking me out, they bring a wheelchair, put me in a wheelchair, put me in the price
Wow.
man. Listen to, in extra foods. She drove my car and parked it up on the side of there and she said, who is your family members? So I ended up giving her my cell phone and I tell her to call them because I didn't know who to see. So she ended up calling my brother-in-law, right? My late brother-in-law. You will hear this story I know to next time too. My brother-in-law came and he picked me up and he took me down to the healthcare in Central, right?
Yeah.
Medical health center. And watch me, my head was spinning so much. I didn't know who was there, who not. So the doctors and they didn't know what was wrong with me. So they say, probably you get a fever, So they give me like tablets, put me on some little drips, something, whatever, to get
Right. So they said that probably you just got a fever, right?
yeah,
You just have a fever.
right,
Right.
exactly.
Hmm.
So now, when it happened to me now, I ended up going home. That was in the night, Thursday night. They give me tablets. You know that Thursday night I taking them tablets. My head started hit me more. So the Friday now,
Hmm.
the Friday morning, because I Thursday, right? Friday morning, I wasn't feeling well. My wife went to work and everything, and I wasn't feeling well at all. So I keep on calling my mom's. So she called my wife and everybody. I came back home, and they took me back into the health center. This is the second time I went to the health center in that little piece of time, right? So it's like, what's going on with this boy? So they take out all the tablets and they say, I wonder what's going on with this boy, right? What's going on with this boy? The doctors didn't even know what's going on.
Right.
So that was Friday into Saturday. So Saturday now, they ended up taking me to Mount Hope because I realized nothing what they was doing wasn't working for me. They take me into Mount Hope. They put on drips. They didn't have no beds and thing for me as yet. So you had to wait a while in Mount Hope. So I ended up taking a
Wow.
bed. Yeah, and
Wow. So
I
you're like
was
really disoriented and sick, and you have to wait for a bed. I mean, like,
yeah.
what is going through your mind at this point? Do you feel like you're yourself? Like, where are you right now in
All
terms
right.
of?
Sorry. Yeah, well, what ended up happening to me now is that my eye got swollen. Like the eyeballs there came pushed out. So they were real scared about that now. So they put me on to take the MRI scan one time. As I get the bed, I went for MRI. So that was Sunday. So when I get the
So
MRI
you are
scan,
now developing different symptoms.
yeah, well, the different symptoms is headache, swelling of the eyes, and I was
Right.
disoriented now. Disoriented. I don't
Okay,
know
got
who's
it.
who,
Mhm.
right? Now I go on and get the scan, and I take a while to get back the results and all these different things. But I got the results, and they said, "Now you have to stay here and we have to monitor you." So they started giving me some antibiotics and all these different things to try and see what was going on with me. And the antibiotics, some of them was not working, and my sugar level went up. So guess what?
Okay,
I become diabetic. So
that quick.
yeah, in this little space of time now. So they still didn't scans on me and thing. Now what happened to me? Listen to how fast this is, eh? So that was Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Well, people came and visit me, and well, when I came out of the hospital, at the time I was talking kind of gibberish. They didn't understand what I was saying. I didn't even know that, but to me, I talking normal, like I was talking now. So when I was there now, I ended up collapsing into a coma.
Wow.
Yeah, that was in 3 days, right? And I went into the hospital. I collapsed into a coma. When I get into the coma now, right? Well, but I didn't know I was in a coma, but that's something that's happened just like that. So now To me, it
Now,
was like
when
a,
you are in a coma, what is your state? Like, what is your mindset? What's your physical capacity? Like, explain it to me.
this is what I'm going to say. Now, remember now, I never knew what is a coma until I actually got it, right? So what am happening, I thought that was in a dream. Now, hear this, sir. When I was in the dream, which was in the coma, I end up seeing myself floating away from my body. Like, like floating away, just floating off in the air.
Right. Looking at your body or floating above your body.
Floating above my body. So when I
Right.
float above my body, I end up seeing my late dad, Peter G. Pilgrim, right? And his brother, who is my godfather, Victor Pilgrim. Um, I saw them, I get so happy because I didn't see my dad in almost 20 years. I was like, wow, look my daddy. And I went to reach out to touch him. And I felt something push me back like this. I saw my uncle on this side, my dad on this side. And they like talking. And when I look up above them, I saw this bright, 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 bright light. Light bright. I never seen a light like that before. It's amazing light. It's so bright, I've never seen a light like that in my life.
Wow.
I see them like they communicating with this light. So I like, Daddy. So they just do so that I smile on their face and they did this. And my uncle did this. And when I came back down, I was above my body seeing like a lot of doctors around me and people crying by the windows. Now, here the scary part about this, but I think it's a dream. But I think it's a dream. I don't know it's a coma. So, and I went back down now to my body, right? And well, this is what my sister, my wife, and everybody was
Wow.
seeing.
I mean, hold on one second, Rob, because
Yeah,
you just gave me a lot. I'm sure everybody who's watching right now, just a lot to process.
yeah,
So, okay. So you are now in a coma where to you, looking back on it, felt like a dream,
a dream.
right?
Yeah,
Right.
exactly,
But in this dream, you are now transported above your body, right?
exactly. Mm-hmm.
You now see deceased relatives, your uncle and your father,
Yeah,
right? And you're about to reach out to them,
to hug
to your
them. Yeah,
right. And then you just see this really bright light.
very bright. I've never seen a light like that in my life. I
Right.
swear, I've never seen a light like that in my life. Yeah.
Wow.
So
Okay. And then
I floated back when they did this. I floated back down to my body. Now,
right.
but I think it is a dream, right? Because I say it's gonna
Right.
be a dream. So when I put down my body and I went back into my body, well, I got up, and when I get up now, I saw a lot of people like crying and stuff. So I wasn't like, what are they crying for? I don't know, right? I never
Right.
see no.
Now, when you come out of this dream that is so vivid, are sometimes you have dreams and they're so vivid and you're like, oh my gosh, like you just feel everything about the dream. Was it one of those dreams or did you kind of feel very matter of fact? Like, what was your feeling at this point?
My feeling at that point was they gave me like some kind of medicine to make me sleep, and I felt like I wake up like off my bed. But the problem is
Okay.
I cannot move really. Right? I can move my
Right.
legs, but I cannot move my body really. So when I
Okay.
saw, when they saw me woken up, the nurses moved me straight out to ICU one time. They just pull out everything from me and this because I cannot talk because I had stuff things in my mouth and thing, right? So I try to talk and I can't talk. And I strapped down to the bed. So it's like, what's going on here? So they moved me
Right.
out one time. And while
Right.
they was moving me out, like I went back into our next sleep. So I was like scared of that. So when they put me up into ICU now, I woke up. Now, mind you, this is a week in a coma, so that's 7 days. But to me, it was like a few minutes.
It was a few minutes.
Yeah, because look what I just said. I saw that all this was happening like in a few minutes.
Right. I mean, okay, just now because okay, so you're in this coma now. You're in this coma for a
7 days.
week. It feels like a few minutes. You
Yeah.
come out of it, everyone is around you. Like, are they shocked?
Now here we're gonna like what they say there. Real shock because when I came out of the coma and the doctors, because it was young doctors, and they came out.
Right.
I said, yeah, I saw you, and I just point them out, and they were like, they hold them out like this. But how could you see us and you never saw it before if you're in a coma? You understand? But I
Well,
saw them
that's
from
interesting.
Yeah, but I saw him when I was floating down the
Because
river.
when you woke up from your coma, who was in the room?
That's what I'm saying. When I woke up for the coma, nobody was in the room. But I remember the doctors who was there when I was hovering over my body.
Right.
And I pointed them out. And when they saw I started talking and I pointed out, I said, yeah, I saw you, but why you all around me? They're like, but how? The watchman like, how would I have known that? And my eyes was closed and like in a
Right.
sleep.
Right.
So then
Right. Right.
they say
So
you are a
what is your
miracle.
family saying at this point?
With pardon?
What is your family saying at this point? What's your wife saying? What's your mom saying? Like who is around you and what are they saying?
Well, I have my two big sisters, Renee Pilgrim, she works at the medical facility as well, to her manager. Our sister, the teacher, my mom, and my wife. Now, here we're going on with them, right?
Right.
When I came out of that, they were treating me like a baby now. But you remember, as a man, you want to know why people pampering you and all these different things. They want to try and do things on your own. It's only when I came home, they told me that I was in a coma. You know? So I spent a month in the hospital. Didn't know I was in a coma. You know? Nobody told me because, again, I was still disoriented. And I didn't know. When I saw how
So
small I got,
so when you came out the coma, right? How Okay. So how were you in terms of physical abilities when you just came out the coma, right? So like when you're going home, what's your capabilities in terms of, physically and mentally?
well, again, I was having the mental part because as the first
Mhm.
part, because again, meningitis affects your brain, right? And as far as I know, the doctors tell me is that it destroy a lot of my brain cells. So my memory is
Mhm.
lost, certain things I can't see yet. But
Okay.
while I was in the hospital, I cannot walk. I can walk yet now because they say how I might have been paralyzed because they put a big long needle in the back of my spine to pull out the meningitis. And they say I might not be able to
Wow.
walk again. So I fight up to walk. Now, here's funny thing, yeah? I was in hospital and I had everything in my hands, these cords and everything in my hand, needles in my hand. But I trying to walk to go to the bathroom, not knowing that I have a tube to my private part. I didn't know that. I did not know that. So my mind telling me I have to go to the bathroom. When I go to try to get up and just push me back on the bed. Hey, no, where you going? No, you have to stay there. What you want to do? I want to go to the bathroom. They said, no, you have to think. And when I said, I cry. I tried to pull it out. They hit my hand. They said, no, no,
A
no.
catheter. You had a catheter.
Right. They said you'll damage yourself. I
Mhm.
said, but what this is, I don't know, but all this is new to me, right? So when the nurse I'm going, I try to get off the bed, I fall off on the bed, fall down on my face.
Wow,
I
because
roll over like
mentally
this.
you want to get up, but physically you've been laying there for like two
A week.
weeks,
Yeah,
a
2 weeks,
week.
2 weeks, 2 weeks, 2 weeks I was laying on the bed, yeah. Correct. So so I was like, what going on with me, boy? And my mind telling me that I could move, but my body saying no because it can't move.
Right.
It's like that. So mentally now, as I say, I'm going to the mental part. I got so discouraged in my own self that I wanted to take my life. Honestly speaking, I wanted to take
Wow.
my life. That when afterwards my hands couldn't move, I took my pillow and I put it over my face to try and stifle myself.
Wow.
I was
So
trying to kill
so wait a
myself.
minute. So you are going through phases where your body is now starting to, I guess, starting to work. So you're kind of physically paralyzed. Now your hands are starting to come back, but
Yes.
you're completely depressed. Now, what's the time frame of this? Is that's what's making you feel, I mean, I guess anxious as well too, other than the
Well,
obvious?
well, again, you remember up to now nobody told me that I was in a coma. So I think it is a dream now, like a nightmare.
Mhm.
And my mind telling me, no, 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 you have to get up and walk. You have to get up and walk. And well, eventually I started to walk, and then they take out the
So
catheter.
what are they so what are they telling you?
Well, right now the doctors,
I mean, yes, at this point, what information do you have? What do you think has happened to you?
well, this is what I see the damage my brain cells on this side here, right? And well, my sight went a little bad. So well, I was wearing glasses before, so I had to get a stronger prescription because it damaged some veins in my eyes.
Right.
And for the rest of my life, they say that I'll always be in pain, which is true. I get the back pain, which the needle was by my spine, and some I get the pain on my hip as well. So it's like a kind of arthritis I get into as well. So
Right.
that's looking at me right now. You know? But the most important thing is I can remember you. Yeah, I said, I remember my dear friends. I'm more having, you see, short-term memories, like last 2-3 years. I don't remember every single thing, but I remember like way back when we were growing up, when we used to buy the Farbies and Antoinette and the part, all them things.
I mean, I thought that was interesting because of the fact I was like, but you totally remembered me, and I was like 40, it's like 15, 20 years ago.
That's a lot of years, you know. So I remember way back when. I already can remember like 2-3 years so well, and closer to the to 2017. I can't remember too much of details. That's the bad thing that happened to me. Yeah, so now the thing is, I would tell everybody this. Remember all this time, I don't know, I'm in a coma, right? I was in a coma. I never knew that until I reached home. I was a whole month in the hospital. Now,
how did you find out now? How did you find out? Because at this point, everyone has told you that there are things wrong. The only thing that they haven't specifically told you is that you had been in a coma, right? So were you at all thinking about dates at all? Were you at all thinking about what day of the week it was, what has happened? You know, did you start to get into that type of like frenzy?
Yeah, well, what happened to me is when I reach home, I'm about to deal with the next situation. I'm diabetic and I don't want insulin. So I stick my stomach with a needle. I never know about those things. So I was more focused on that. And when I saw skinny, I got a lot for my size. Now I went in there at 120 and I came out of there at I went in there at 180 and I come out of there at 125. You see how much weight I lost? You see how much weight I lost in that period of time?
That is crazy. Now, you know what? You actually shared some photos with me that I am going to have to like upload it. But, you know, talk to me a little bit, Robert, about your family because you're married. So how is your wife? I mean, at this point, I mean, you know, like in retrospect now, you know, what was she going through?
Before I start there, let me explain something. Before I went in the coma, the few days when I was in hospital, when I was a little disoriented, and I would tell this all men, everybody in the world, you see pride, you gotta get rid of that. Now, make sure what went on me, I had to go in the bathroom and you know what I mean, using the stool.
Right.
And I cannot wipe off myself. So my wife had to wipe me off. That is something you don't believe how a man is feel for a woman to come and do that.
Right. But you know what though, Robert, you see now, but this is precisely the type of things that you look for in a spouse, right? You see, because all the nice things is nice things, but when you really need that person.
Yes. Sure right. Sure right. No. Right. So I had to go through that. You know,
of course.
She had to feed me and all these different things because I can already
right. Oh, wifey, yes, wifey. Listen, you pick a good Robert. Listen, you pick a good one because you see, in life, see, in life you don't know.
True.
You don't know. You don't know. I am going to actually share my screen because I have some photos up that Robert had shared with me. And I don't know if you guys can see that, but that's Robert in the hospital.
All right, let me explain to you with this now. But I didn't know this, right? My sister was telling me because then about a ventilator, somebody had to do it manually with me. See that? Squeeze it.
Right.
So you see that? Doctor? I thank you for keeping my life.
Wow. Manually pumping.
Yeah.
To keep you alive.
Yeah. Thank God for him. See that?
Wow.
Yeah. See that? That's.
I'm sorry, guys. Like I didn't say a disclaimer, but the next photos that you're about to see are graphic. So I just wanted to give a disclaimer for that.
Yeah.
So this is Robert in the hospital. I'm just sharing all the ones that you sent to me. Right? So, I mean, well, that's you right there. Is that you
Yeah.
coming out or is that you going in?
This was me now going in a coma.
Right. So you had just come to the hospital.
Yeah, and they put on this thing and all these different things and testimony and all these different things. And my friends came out to me.
Wow.
Sheldon living right on John Street there. My boy Dujon from Grenada. You know,
Wow.
so, and
Wow. 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 Wow.
here the funny part, right? When I came out
Robert,
the
you come
coma
a
and
long way, you know. That don't
yeah,
even look like you, Robert.
no,
That don't even look like you. That
I
don't
will
even
send
look
you. I will send you. I would like to send you some pictures of how I was looking with my eyes popping out my head, but that's real
Oh,
graphic.
I I I can handle it. I can
Yeah,
handle it.
that's real graphic. You know,
Mm-hmm.
so the thing about it, right? Here was funny too, right? When people was visiting me, remember again, I don't know, I was in a coma, I didn't know nothing. Everybody was just looking too sad. You know, I never
Right.
see myself. I don't know how my body looking. I don't know how I was looking. I never see myself in the
Yeah.
mirror.
Mm-hmm.
So people looking at me, and a doctor came out and said, "Who's this guy?" So I hear them talking, right? So they come and ask me, "So who are you? Who are you?" I said, "Well, I am who I am." Because I say, "You have in one day 50 visitors, 50."
Listen, I almost choked, but you're going as people.
Yeah,
Okay, like
I was surprised.
you already know. You already know how you're going as people roll.
True, it's much love and affection.
Central Massive, what? And you're from Lunch Park. I mean, come on, listen.
Boom. You know what it is? Oh Lord, but sure, that's who I am. I was like, I am who I am. That's what I say. It's like,
Yeah,
wow. So I tell you, so even as I say, when I came back home again, so I did try to commit suicide the first time in Mount Hope, and I tried to take my face and they used to pull off the that is strapped me down on the bed and all these different things. You know,
oh my God.
I don't want to go into that, but I did. I did. I didn't know what was going
Right.
on,
I mean, you
and
definitely have to be you just such a critical point at that time to
yeah,
even be thinking like that.
yeah, I
You
was
know?
never
Of
like that.
course not. You're Robert.
Boom. And I like my superhero thing too. So all that and all too make me inspire me too. And I'm superhero things. I said, nah, but I was to get bite from a spider, but I had to be Spider-Man.
Right. Got it.
So,
Boom.
you know, yeah.
Um, so what has your road to recovery been like?
Very, 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 very rough. You know, I say sorry to I ain't get to talk to everybody, you know, too, like who came out to it, man. I heard that was a little rough to people. The only reason why is because one, I didn't like how I was looking, and two, my head was hurting and all that. So when we were talking, it was sounding like a loud explosion in my head. But people wouldn't know that. Only the doctors wouldn't know that. So they came and visit me. I just kind of pushed them away, and I felt sorry to all my friends and, you know, family who I treated bad
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
period of time.
Yeah. I hope nobody held you in mind. I hope nobody because
Me too.
you just yeah, I hope nobody held you in mind. And if they did, hopefully, they're watching. And
Yeah.
but the important thing is it's about your recovery. Now, talk to me a little bit because you and I have spoken about what has happened to you.
Yeah.
Um, what has been some of the positive that has come out of this situation when you look at the larger picture?
Okay.
What's your motivation now?
Well, let me get rid of this first one. Well, as I came out of the hospital and I was home for a couple of weeks, and my wife take some time off from work and thing to see about me and thing, and my mom and thing. I told my wife, I said, "Hey, Carlene, you have attitude in her. Like you're pregnant, or?" She
Well,
laughed.
they
Boop, hit me in my head. I said, "Yeah, what fun? Come, let go out the road and get a stick now. You gotta get a stick now. I wanna see you now."
right.
She drive out the road, boom, she come. She said, "Oh my gosh, look, 2 lines. I am pregnant." So the positive part was
I
me getting a
love it.
son. I got a son. Nima is his name. So I like
And
football.
he's
So
super
I Nima.
handsome. He's so handsome. So you and Kali make beautiful children, darling.
Thank you,
Um,
thank you, thank you.
so you're like, you have attitude. I think that you're pregnant, and then boom, she's pregnant. I mean, you definitely have something to live for. One of your friends have said it's so much I have to put it. He says, Sir Mark Anthony says, you see, Robert had a purpose, and it wasn't manifested yet. When they
Yeah,
were calling for his death, I said otherwise, no matter how grim things looked. And you used to go, Robert Grimm. I
Yeah,
knew he was going to get through it. What
yeah.
a friend.
That's my nephew.
That's
My
your
first,
nephew.
yeah, my
Hey,
firstborn.
nephew. Nephew said, listen, no matter how grim they look, I knew he was going to get through it. Okay, listen, you
Thank
know,
you.
as your nephew touched on that, um, Patrick says you got a second lease in life.
Yeah, for real, for real.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you everybody for tuning in, Rob, I always try to talk to people about things that they have manifested, and what is something that you have manifested in your life?
Well, this was something funny. I mean, my dad was a pastor, right?
Hmm.
I mean, I was going to church every Sunday with him and stuff like that, and it also bring me closer to God, and it brings my faith to like whatever goals and whatever dreams you have, never give up. Because look what
Hmm.
I went through. If I'd given up, what happened? I'll
Yeah.
be a funeral,
Yeah.
right? And petty tears. I don't want to see that, So I give everybody respect right now who's alive and who's tuning in everything right now. That see the man above, he is real, no matter what religion, whatever name you call him, he already have a God. I tell him, I see it with my own two eyes. And, I thought it was a dream, but it was not a dream. It was real,
It was
you
real.
know?
And it was sudden. It wasn't like you were sick and you had
No,
ailments and you had issues. It was literally you getting a headache.
bad headache. Like if somebody like when your boss said I fall through the roof last time, so with a headache like that on this side of the head here. Tell you, it was really crazy. And you're feeling
Wow.
dizzy. You can't even walk it. You don't know where you're going. You're feeling dizzy.
Right.
You fall down. So that
Could
was
have been
real.
brought on by the trauma of falling.
Well, the doctors say it's three things. They say it
Yeah.
could be that. They say it could be I pick it up because my mom because remember I lost my job and everything and I was my body, yeah, my metabolism wasn't so 100 now. So I pick it up, carnival, touch somebody that sweat, or I was in the gym, because I was in the gym before that.
Well, that's
And it's,
not a corona.
yeah, it's not corona, but it's meningitis. And if you check how you get it, it's the same thing.
Mm.
Sneezing, sweat, that is how it was. Meningitis, just something like corona. So
Wow.
God prepared me now. I mean, as much people
Mm.
going through the pain, who home and who not working and thing. You buy I home for 2 years and something now. So God prepared me now because He gave me a vision. Because when I sleep, I get some dreams, and I always share it on the Facebook or on WhatsApp. And
Korea.
that because God speaking through me. I'm not a pastor, but I'm a messenger because He sent me messages. So that's the faith I have, and I like to share it with my closest friends and family. The Pilgrim family, the Iles family, the Lees, the Cans, all of them are family, right? The Addies, everybody is my family. So,
Wow.
what I mean? Much love. My
Wow. I
tablet is
mean,
massive.
listen,
Yeah,
thank you so much for even sharing this testimony. Like, I just
thank you so
really
much.
appreciate you so much. And I'm just so happy that you are doing well and you're flourishing and your family's flourishing. And I mean,
Prosperity,
I just wish you the best. I wish you the best.
prosperity. Thank you
Yeah.
so much. Jay, love
Thank you
her.
so much. Thank
That's the deal.
you. All right. Bye.
Right. Thanks so much, everybody. Everybody be
Bye.
good. Peace.
Robert, before you go, and I almost forgot this one question. What is something that you love most about yourself?
Hmm. Well, first of all, I'll share tutorial about myself. Well, my name is DJ S Class. I'll tell you why they give me that name, DJ S Class. Well, the S is because I love superheroes. Everybody know that. See, I dress up in superhero costumes. And, well, both parents, teachers, so I was in class. Monday to Friday, school, Saturday lessons. Everybody know, Anthony told us we used to go lessons by Miss Edwards in the next street. You do. You know what we talk about. And then Sunday is Sunday class. So everybody say, oh, you was in class, boy? I say, well, probably because I'm classy. So that's how it is there. So you see what I like about myself? I just classy.
I love it. Thank you. I'm so happy that we came right back to hear that. I
Thank you.
appreciate it. Bye,
Thank you.
Robert.
Bye-bye. Much love.
Bye. Oh my gosh, guys, listen, so worth it, right? Thank you so much for everyone who waited for us to get all our ish together. I am excited for Robert. I'm excited for what God has done in his life. I'm excited that he's being kept well. You will not know what Robert goes through. I talk to Robert. I would never think that he goes through, all that different type of pain and this everything that he's been through just 2 years ago. Okay. And his life has been so transformed. I mean, that is the glory of God. So I am so happy that he trusted me to share his story, and so happy to everyone who looked and tuned in at this broadcast. We wish him well. Stay tuned because next week I have a brand new testimony for you. Won't he do it? I'm excited, guys. I'm excited for what God has done in so many people's lives. I'm excited for what God is doing in my life and has done in my life and is going to do in my life, and the same for you. I'm excited for you. All right, so guys, have a great week. I'll see you next time. Bye.